Wait, Dana, the curtain. We left Odie behind, lugged our camping gear to the port, and caught a ferry to the island of Berlenga, off the coast of Peniche, Portugal. The idea was simple. Go camping on a windswept island in the Atlantic Ocean so that when we got back, the van would feel comfortable in comparison. And, of course, I've never been camping on an island before. As the ferry makes the crossing, let me take this moment to thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Starting a website with Squarespace is easier than getting a permit to camp on this island. And if you want some advice on getting that permit, Dana wrote a post on our website with all the details, like when to go, who to email, where to book your ferry, and what to bring to the island. So go to squarespace.com/wildweroam to get started, and use the wildweroam offer code to get 10% off your first purchase.
The island begins to appear out of the fog. A few minutes before, there had been nothing but the sea, endless in every direction. And now, seagulls, diesel engines chugging along, ships passing by filled with day trippers, a harbor full of people and provisions. We glide into the bay, and I feel the weight of the mainland receding into the distance. Up above, the terrace campsite reminds me of Peru, of those stairways cut into the Andes. The ferry leaves us behind, temporarily stranded until tomorrow afternoon. Tonight we are without Odie, and all the little problems that come with living in him. A box glides its way up the hill to the restaurant above. We set up camp, the inflatable mats, the sleeping bags, our 2 little bivvies, like tiny tents for tiny people, and I wonder if I'll be able to sleep well in that Gore-Tex cocoon. It all feels so light and easy, a moment fully saturated in possibilities. We devour the quinoa and potatoes, knowing full well every bite we eat now won't be there for dinner later. And then we're off, wandering along the narrow trails that crisscross the tiny island as seagulls hover above. The mist hangs low, so that it's hard to get a sense for how large this island is until we've walked for a bit. Turns out you can walk pretty much every single trail in an hour or 2. But we came for the fort, and as it appears around the next bend, I know we found something special. An irregular octagon, an enormous mound of stones older than the United States. The weight, the wind overhead, and the waves bashing against the rocks. That adrenaline coursing through your body when you see something truly special for the first time. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. No. Inside, the narrow passageways are cold, dark, and damp, and I'm grateful we chose our campsite over the small rooms they rent here. If these stones could talk, I wonder what stories they'd tell. We walk and walk over arches built centuries ago and watch the fish below in the crystal clear waters. The day takes shape, the island forms its own image in my mind. We laugh at the seagulls all around, always so loud, as if this little island is nothing but rock and bird. Night falls and we wait for the lighthouse to fire up its enormous light bulb. Our little bivvy tents are warm and dry, and the air mattress below feels more comfortable than the fancy bed in our van. Fresh air flows down the hillside, and I laugh at the situation I'm in, snuggled inside a Gore-Tex tube, hoping for the fog to lift and the stars to shine through. But the only light is the lighthouse above, flashing out into the night. The morning after your first night sleeping outside always feels special, like the night was an eternity and a minute all at once. And what you see now is the world, like you've never seen it before. big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and making another Wild We Roam adventure possible. We've been using Squarespace now for a couple of years, but every time I go to build a new post, like the one we just uploaded about this trip, I'm reminded of how awesome and easy their site is to use. So if you're looking to start a website, make your life easy and give them a shot. And for those of you still with us, please leave a comment below if you'd be interested in more camping videos, because we're hoping to launch a monthly camping series in 2019 and would love your ideas and input. See you soon.